Howdy friendos, Crazy Jason here, and welcome to my channel. First thing, apologies. Yes, I'll get to the apologies second. First, let me tell you, I'm not being an asshole by uploading the Blu-ray update first. I will do the Q&A. I swear to God, I will answer your questions that you asked back in November. That's right, yes. I admit, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. And I am sorry. I am sincerely sorry. Please forgive me, and I will answer the questions because I'm filming it directly after this Blu-ray update. You'll have the same shirt on, and it'll be uploaded, I don't know, tomorrow. I'm looking at my producer. Tomorrow. I guess it's been a long time, guys. I have no excuse. I've been in a deep freeze. I've been in a fucking coma. I fell down an elevator shaft. Whatever. I'm here now, and I apologize. Was that sincere? Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, so, enough babbling, but I really am sorry. It's been so long, guys, and I did want to say that Q&A is coming. I was going to go with that first, but it's like riding a bicycle. I haven't made a video in a while, and I kind of want to start with the Blu-ray update because that's what I know best, and that's what I do best, so that's what we're starting with. Let's get right into it because I got a lot of Blu-rays here and one DVD. So I have no particular order. I'm going to start with Kingdom of Heaven, which this came out, what, like a couple of years ago, year and a half ago, the Ultimate Edition, which, by the way, you can get for $5 on Amazon if they still have that deal going. But I've never watched this edition. I've only seen the theatrical, and I have mixed feelings about it. But this is Ridley Scott. I love Ridley Scott, so I love the look of the film. There's a lot of things I like about it, but I have heard this is one of the rare instances where a director's cut, or whatever they're calling this edition, makes it into an incredible movie. I've heard that over and over again. So I'm really I'm excited. I've got goosebumps just talking about it. So anyway, this is the 10th anniversary. So be sure, if you're going to buy this movie, do your homework. Make sure this is the 10th anniversary Ultimate Edition, not the older version, because from what I hear, it's much better. Next up, I finally got the color of money on Blu-ray. Now let me explain something here. This is the 25th anniversary edition. Now, perhaps it would have been a little bit smarter to wait and see if I did a little math before I ordered this and realized that this year is the 30th anniversary of this movie, and that they might put out a 30th anniversary edition because, as many of you know, and as I discovered, this truly is the shittiest, barring Predator, the Ultimate Edition. This is the shittiest Blu-ray I have ever watched, I think, as far as picture quality. It's like watching a DVD through a big glass jar of piss. It just looks bad. And it's, you know, but after 5 minutes you get into the movie and you like it, but never should have upgraded over the DVD. I've got the VHS sitting down there. Might as well have watched the VHS. But this, beyond that, this is one of my most beloved movies. This is a movie, again, I have on VHS. I keep it for nostalgic reasons because when I was younger, this was one of my go-to movies. Not so much these days, but when I was younger, this was really cool because I think this may have been the first Scorsese movie I ever saw. And I know, you know, people are rolling their eyes and scoffing at me. How can you call yourself a true cinephile, Crazy Jason, if this was your first Scorsese movie? I know this lands somewhere in the middle. And it was Scorsese's attempt to make a more mainstream movie to prove that he could do it. But also also, if you've seen The Hustler, highly recommend that. This is a great sequel to The Hustler. If you watch The Hustler and then you come to this movie...
It's better if you've seen The Hustler.
You saw The Hustler first, and then you saw this movie.
It's so much more meaningful.
It is a lot more...
If you haven't seen The Hustler, it's not... I mean, it's still great. Good movie.
But it gives more depth to Eddie Felson.
Totally.
Character. So, anyway, guys, I don't know if I can recommend this Blu-ray. You know, you might want to hold out and see if they put out a new anniversary edition with upgraded transfer. But, great movie in my opinion anyway. Okay. My favorite movie of the year so far is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I got the Steelbook edition. Had to. I'm kind of on the fence because the regular edition with the slipcover was actually really cool. And when I went to Best Buy, I got there kind of late. So I was expecting all the steelbooks to be gone. I was kind of nervous about it. But there were plenty of these steelbooks, and I think that's because people went to get the steelbook, and then they saw the slipcover, and it was really cool. I'm trying to remember.
Half.
It was like...
It covered the bottom half.
Yeah, and it somehow the slipcover gelled with the top part of the Blu-ray, and it was an interesting thing, and it looked really cool. But this is more of a retro look. I'm getting tired of these matte finishes. I wish they put out a glossy like the Les Mis steelbook, but anyway, yeah, great movie, definitely rewatchable. I love the bunker stuff. I'm a sucker for anything that's going to be in a bunker on the ground, because that's where he lives is actually where I want to live, with a few upgrades. Next up is a DVD. My only DVD here, because it only exists on DVD, and I've been wanting to rewatch this movie for years, probably since the 90s. Probably literally since the 90s, and that would be The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood, where Elijah Wood is his cousin. Elijah Wood's mom passes away, and his dad's got to go close a big deal in Tokyo, so they'll be set for life. So he has to go stay with his aunt and uncle and evil cousin, Macaulay Culkin, who shoots dogs with a bolt gun and throws dummies off of freeway passes to cause massive car wrecks. But this movie is good, cheesy 90s fun. And I'm glad I rewatched this last week, and in my opinion it holds up. So, for what it is. Next up, let's do a box set. No, let's save the box sets for last. Next up is a Criterion, and yes, I know the Criterion sale's almost over. I haven't been. I'm planning on going next week, or at least I hope to. That'll be part of my channel update. Things are going to start changing, guys. You're going to start seeing more content from me, and you'll understand why. It's not just a hollow promise. It's something is coming into my life to change things, and it's going to be pretty cool. So, anyway, next up, Fanny and Alexander. It's absolutely one of my favorite Bergman films, and just one of my favorite films ever. I mean, if you're a student of film, if you want to make movies, you need to see this. This is one of those movies that I would say you need to see because of the visuals, the storytelling, everything about it. Now there's a theatrical cut, which is really good. That's how I first saw this movie. And then there's this, which was I don't want to get this wrong. It's a television, the television version is what it's called. And both versions are in this pack. So make sure not to buy the one that just has the theatrical, because I do believe they have an edition of that, although it may only be on DVD. But it's got 3 discs, one for the television, 2 for the theatrical, and disc 3 packed full of supplements. So this is a very, very nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's hard to shake that out, but suffice it to say, nice packaging, beautiful film. This and Wild Strawberries, my 2 favorite Bergman films, and I'm so happy to finally have it on Blu-ray. Moving on, one of my, if you guys, some of you guys remember, I did a video, obviously, of my top shelf DVDs. In the other room, I literally put on the top shelf. You can check back, you can go back in my videos and watch it if you're curious about it. But that's where I literally put all my go-to movies. Movies that I watch on a regular basis. Movies that I, if I feel a certain way and I want to watch a certain movie, it's a go-to thing. And I saw this, it's released by Kino. And I was so excited, and I'm so mad at myself that I didn't make a video when it was announced or when it came out. But it's one of my favorite movies from the 80s, a absolute gem, and that's River's Edge. I have this on DVD. It's fine. I mean, I would just get it on DVD if you don't want to pay the price for this. But I do have to say the Blu-ray is a definite upgrade. You see the film. I mean, it's beautiful. This is such, I know people talk about this movie, but I don't think people talk about it enough. I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves, Crispin Glover, Dennis Hopper, and it's a dark movie, my favorite kind of movie. And I just say, you guys check this out. I mean, just go for it. If you like 80s movies, you like dark dramas, crime movies, check this out. All right, next up, this was the first of 3 Kinos that I got. The other Kino, they had a sale. Again, pissed at myself that I didn't do that, but I guess when you're comatose. And by the way, I had a beard. It was literally like this. I have some pictures I may show you at some point, but need some cracked Donalds. Guys, I love McDonald's Diet Coke. I don't know, I know this is terrible. I know this is gonna kill me, and I gotta stop. But I mean, I had a salad. It wasn't ramming McNuggets down my throat. But the Diet Coke, man, I don't have I don't have any vices. I don't drink, I don't smoke. So what's better? Should I smoke? Should I drink? Or should I drink Diet Coke, which has aspartame and it's supposed to kill you 100 different ways? You guys let me know. Okay, the second Kino release, Kino Lorber, is Malice. Now, some of you guys know that I absolutely love thrillers, 90s thrillers from the 1990s. There was a time in the the late 80s, up until the mid to late 90s, they were doing a lot of thrillers like this. This one is not the best. I would say, because this is kind of an expensive movie, I would definitely wait for a sale. I wouldn't pay 20 bucks for it. Unless you love it. Absolutely, it looks good. It's doesn't have features, but the Blu-ray is fine. It's a good movie, but I'm stacking it up against like the next movie I'm about to show you, which is like the cream. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of the best cheesy thrillers from the 90s. But Malice is good. I mean, Alec Baldwin, you can't go wrong with Alec Baldwin. He's great in this. Bill Pullman, Nicole Kidman. So yeah, if you're into 90s thrillers, there you go. The next one, also Kino, the third title, is Shattered, which is one of the ultimate 90s thrillers. It's a gateway film, I would think, into 90s thrillers. There are some that are a little better. There are some that are a lot worse. This one is it's fucking fantastic. If you like movies like Hand That Rocks the Cradle, or the one on the beat, what is that with the woman, the girl, Tinkerbell? Help me.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the Enemy. Movies like that came out around the same time as this movie. This is a little more, I would say a little more hard-edged than those movies are, a little darker. Yeah, this is fantastic. This comes with a making of featurette and a trailer gallery. Not much to it at all, but if you know, I would highly recommend this over Malice if you had to choose. If there's a Kino sale, I would go with this. Go with Shattered first. Up next, guys. Oh my God, this is another film, and this was a tough one. I believe this is the first or maybe second. I'm not sure. I usually don't buy, what's the name of this? Twilight Time. I kind of have beef with Twilight Time with the fact that they do the limited releases. I understand the economics and the strategy behind it, but I just hate it. Like, for instance, they released Crimes and Misdemeanors, which I guess I'll have to pick up at some point on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. I'm okay for now. Crimes and Misdemeanors is one of my favorite movies of all time. May even crack my top 10. When I was younger, it was in my top 10. It was in my top 5. I love that movie. I was just blown away the first time I rented that movie. But anyway, I had a Twilight Time, you know, they come out and you got to pay whatever, $20 or $30 or whatever it is when it comes out, or you wait and if it's a popular title, it sells out and then you're paying $60. Well, I happened to find a good deal on this, like new, for 20 bucks. I was okay with my DVD, but I knew that I would love the Blu-ray because I watched the DVD so much, I wanted the Blu-ray at close range. This, also on my top, why are you laughing? What did I?
Just immediately, Daddy, give me something.
Daddy, give me something. Yeah, there are so many great scenes with Christopher Walken in this movie. This is a Christopher Walken masterpiece of a performance.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, if you love Christopher Walken, Cowbell, etc., get this movie. There are so many quotable lines from Christopher Walken. How are you gonna pay? Food, rent.
Looking good.
Looking good. Yeah. This is a great movie. This is a great crime movie. Again, from the 80s. Again, doesn't get a lot of the respect that I think it deserves. Directed by James Foley, who has directed a lot of television, most recently a number of House of Cards episodes, which is fantastic.
Boardwalk Empire too, right? Or wrong?
Wrong, but you're forgiven, barely. But at close range, like River's Edge.
I think it's better than River's Edge.
Yeah, you know, could be. It's a great movie. It should be talked about a lot. Anyway, I could go on and on about this movie, but I know I'm running out of time. I got to keep moving here, guys. Anyway, Twilight Time. I found a good deal on it, and by a good deal I mean $20. So it's still $20, but it's worth it to me because I love the movie so much. And this actually, you know, Twilight Time. If you haven't purchased Twilight Time film, it's sort of like Criterion Light. They get good titles and they put this nice little booklet in here. It's nothing like a Criterion booklet, but I was thankful for it. I read it from end to end and I enjoyed it. A little essay in there. They have inside artwork. I'm not going to pull everything out, but just so you know, there is some inside artwork. Yeah, I need to move on. My producer's giving me the old. So let me move on to this. American Gigolo. I just was in the mood. You know, honestly, I was in the mood to watch the opening scene, which is just a shot of him driving down the road to a Blondie song. And it's one of these great 80s movie openings, you know? It's so 80s, even though it was on the cusp of 79, 80. I mean, but this is another movie, I think, a little underrated. Paul Schrader, who wrote Taxi Driver, directed this film, and some great performances. I've always been a fan of Richard Gere. I think Richard Gere is a great actor, and Lauren Hutton is in this film. I highly recommend giving this a watch. So I gotta speed it up. Another movie from my youth that I don't even have on DVD, but I saw it in the theater as a young lad and loved it. A Perfect World. It's been on my wish list since it came out on Blu-ray. I kept waiting for the price to drop. Never really got down to below $15 until recently. So I finally nabbed it. Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood. I could go on, talk about this movie, but I got to keep moving. I got to keep moving because I got to save. My talking points for these last two are box sets. They're big box sets. And I'm going to go with this one first. Okay, guys. The Sopranos, which, where's the... it has a slip cover. It comes with a slip that goes over the box. I just have failed to... because as soon as I got it, I started watching them. Now, this is available on Amazon. I believe it's still available on Amazon. It's available on HBO Go. And it looks great. Looks great streaming. However, as per usual, the Blu-ray is a significant upgrade over the streaming, even though the streaming does look good. You can see all the detail. The first season, I won't go into detail. It's not the best transfer. They get better as they go along, but it's definitely worth it. Let's see, it comes with an extra disc with some special features on it. But I don't know if you guys, they put out a few of the seasons, but they didn't put out all of the seasons. And then finally they came out with this. This is a box set you have to own, because it's just one of those things that one day, all right, if the world goes to shit, if the apocalypse happens, cable, no streaming, no internet, no nothing. But if you can get a generator, if you have a generator and a Blu-ray player in your TV, you can still watch The Sopranos. And that is I don't know, if that's not a good enough reason, I don't know what is. So, what else can you say? Sopranos, if you haven't seen it, this pretty much kicked off the golden age of TV. I mean, I'm not saying in the 90s there were some great series, some of my favorite series, but as far as the current, I wouldn't say formula, because there's a lot of good different shows out there, but this really showed how television could be different. So
it's not TV.
It's not TV, it's HBO, guys. I didn't get paid to say that, but I wish I did. Next up, something that, man, I don't know. I saw this when it first came out, loved it, and then all of a sudden, earlier this year, wow, getting a froggy voice already. How long has it been, producer? She has no idea. She's supposed to be keeping tab. Anyway, Battlestar Galactica. Alright, now, this is the UK version, and before I say anything else, I need to warn you about something. Alright, if you decide to get this version, and I say it's a good decision because the US version ranges anywhere from like $170 to at one point it was at over $200. I know it's dropped in price recently, but for the longest time it was so expensive. This set, and I believe you can still get this UK set, which is perfectly fine. I actually prefer the look of it to the US set. You can get this for a lot cheaper on Amazon UK. I think I got it for like, you get it like $50. You know, maybe 60 shipped at tops. And that is fantastic for the complete series. Includes the plan. Does not include Razor or Blood and Chrome. But you can buy those separately for cheap on Blu-ray if you have to have them. Blood and Chrome was... I don't want to go into all that. Let me focus on this. I gotta warn you about something though. After blathering about the great deal, I have to share with you. If you buy this, please pay attention. It comes with a booklet. Now, if you've never seen the series, if you're going into this cold turkey, thank you for that noise. By the way, that was... No, I'm just kidding. She's just creeping around, trying not to make noise, and then she makes noise. And I know she wants to scream, God damn it, but she's not going to. If you've never seen the series, this is your first time, do not open this booklet. Do not. This spoils shit. I mean, one of the things about the series is, this is not a spoiler, but one of the differences between this series and the old series is now Cylons look like humans. I mean, they are just indistinguishable from humans in almost every way. They still have the older models. So if you've seen the old series with the old Cylons of wom. I mean, if you... Where's my Cylon? Oh, it's way up there. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, one of the things about the series is you have all these human Cylons, but you don't know who's a Cylon and who's not. That's just one of the things. That's a juicy little thing that kind of hooked viewers in. And this fucking, it's the biggest spoiler. So that's in there. Don't look at it unless you have seen the series. It's great to go back and watch. Now, a lot of people have complained about the Blu-ray quality, especially on the pilot. It does look a little rough, I have to admit. There are some scenes that look rough, but I can look past that. This was shot on a very early form of HD. This was like, I think this show premiered in 2003 or 2004. I mean, right around the time of, you know, George Lucas doing his Star Wars films completely digitally. So this was early HD stuff, and it's fantastic. It gets better as the series goes on, and you get used to it. Trust me, I love film more than anybody. And I don't hate digital, but there are very few instances where I actually, you know, yes, digital is fine, but the digital here is fine, and the special effects are amazing. And if you love sci-fi, I mean, you've got to watch the series. But if you want to own the Blu-ray set, I recommend, you know, just if you want to save money, get the UK edition. That's perfectly fine. Looks great, and it plays on your PlayStation. Okay, guys, well, that's it for the Blu-ray update. Be sure to stay tuned for the Q&A, the long-promised Q&A. I apologize once again. I mean, way beyond long time since the Q&A, but I think it's going to be fun. And so, hope you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content, hit that subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitter if you want to hit me up. I'm Crazy Jason on Twitter, crazy with a K. And that'll do her. Have a good night.